Hello, this is a little video to help you learn how to make histograms in Desmos. Google Sheets is not my favorite to make histograms. Sometimes they work out and sometimes they don't, and I can't really control the how wide my classes are. And depending on what data you're looking at, you might want to change the width of your classes. So I'm going to show you how to do that in Desmos. I know right now Desmos is not feeling comfortable for a lot of people because it's the beginning of the semester. So I encourage you to try to use it as much as you can because the Chapter 3 project will be all in Desmos. So I'm going to use how many siblings do you have? I'm going to just grab that data by using my mouse. And so I'm grabbing that data. I'm just grabbing the data. In Desmos, you don't want the title. You just want the data. So I'm going to hit Control C for copy, Control Cat for copy. And then I'm going to go into Desmos. Make sure you're logged into Desmos. Notice at the top right here, it says my name. And then it says an untitled graph. I'm going to name it here in just a minute. But for now, I'm going to call my list capital L. Make sure you use a capital and then equals. And then all you have to do is hit Control V for Victor, Control V, it pastes. I'm going to write it here so you can see. So Control plus your V button will paste. And notice that it put it in brackets for me, and it told me how many elements in my list, which is really nice because you can't necessarily see that in the Google Sheets. So that's great. I copied all 77 responses just like I wanted. So now that I've done that, in the next, I'm going to go up and save just so I've saved what I've done so far. So I'm going to hit save, and then I'm just going to type it Sarah Chapter 2 project. Okay, so put your name and then the Chapter 2 project. Then I can say, and what's cool is if you're doing this in Desmos, you're going to need the same data set, which you'll already have for your Chapter 3 project. So I'm setting you up for success for your Chapter 3 project. So for the histogram, you're going to type histogram and then parentheses. And notice it says data set, comma, bin width. So the data set is capital L because that's where my data is. And also notice that if I leave it right here, it says my bin width is equal to 1. And I really don't want that because that's one way to look at your data. I'm going to zoom in over here on the right and just kind of look. So that's one way to look at my data. And I'm going to copy that command and I'm going to paste it down here in the next row. And then I'm going to make another histogram and kind of overlay them so I can see the differences. So this time I'm going to do comma and I'm going to do my bin width to be 2. And then I'm going to copy that just to play around. You don't have to do this many, but I just want you to show how it changes the look of your graph. And then I'm going to do the bin width of 5. So you can also turn your graphs on and off over here on the left by clicking in the colored circles. So it turns them off. So now I'm just looking. And one thing when I make my histograms, I like to do my alignment. Notice here it says bin alignment. I change all mine to left. So right now I'm looking at the number of students that said they had siblings between 0 and 5 siblings is 70 students. And right here, this goes up to 10 to 20. There was a couple of people that said that they had 10 siblings. I'm going to turn off this one, and I'm just going to turn on the one with the bin width of 2. So the bin width of 2 and the bin width of 1, there isn't too much difference. They both kind of look skewed to the right, which means that there were a few students that had a large number of siblings and everyone else had between really 0 and 4 siblings. So just some observations I'm making there. Just make sure you keep hitting save any changes that you make in your Desmos before you go to the top right up here and where it says share graph, and that's where you're going to copy your link to submit into Canvas. Catch me back for more help for the Chapter 3 project after you complete the Chapter 2 project.